So here we are at the barbecue, and here I have a gas barbecue. This is not really how I'm going to cook it today, but we can do that for people who don't have the type of smoker I have over there, or barbecue. So this is basically your grill. This is really grilling, and what I did is I already set this up to show you how this works. And what I have is I have a wood box here with some of the wood chips already ready to go, and I control the heat and make this hotter or cooler however I want to control the chips. Put this lid on. And it's going to be indirect. I'm going to actually have my heat source here, and the ribs are going to be basically on this side. You can see how tender those already are. Even actually a bone is already falling out. It's already pulling away from the bone. So you know these are cooked. But as you can see, who would want to eat them looking like this? So at this present time, what I'm going to do is, since I'm not going to use this apparatus, this type technique, I'm going to go bring it back over to this, and I'm going to continue my barbecuing over here. And here are the other ribs that we had started about an hour ago, and now we're going to add these to the mix. And you can see how these have already kind of gotten really a nice kind of an amber color to them. And what I like to do at this present time is I like to use this spray. And what this spray is basically, if you don't have any apple cider available, what I do is I buy this packaged stuff, keep it in my cabinet, so I can make it instantly at any given time. It's just water and one cup of water to this package, and I shake it up. And it's in this little mister bottle that I've used in other demonstrations. I love these things, and just basically mist it, creating more flavor and keeping it moist at the same time. Nice melt flavor to that. And at this present time, with this one over here, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to be my garlic one with just sort of a dry rub with no red sauce on it. I'm just going to do is I'm going to start layering this. And right now, I'm just using granulated garlic. Do not use garlic salt. It has to be granulated garlic. And you're just going to add a little bit to it. Not a lot, just a little bit. A little bit of pepper. And then, like you said, what we're going to start doing is we're going to start cooking this. This has already been cooking for 2 hours. This has been about an hour for these. Okay. And you can see that these are actually starting to pull away from the bone too. So the color of this side, I'm going to flip them at this time. Get that color on there, and I'm going to spray them again. And like I said, I'm going to come back and check this in probably like about another hour. Hi, we're about 3 hours into this now. And as you can see, we're consistently keeping this temperature about 225, not any higher than 250. We've talked about that. At this point, I'm going to add a few more wood chips to this. So I'm not adding more wood chips to this. At this point, it's sort of redundant to add anymore, so that's probably going to be good enough. Now we're going to take a look at the ribs, and here's our 2 racks. Oh, how beautiful these look. So here's our garlic ribs, and these are going to be our barbecue sauce ribs. Now at this present time, as you can tell, they got a beautiful color. You could actually serve these at this present time, but we're going to get a little bit more flavor. And I'm going to start to create a nice bark. In barbecuing terminology, what that is sort of a layer that seals in all of the juices and all the flavors and creates another layer of flavor we've already developed. We're up in the 3rd row right now, and now this last row is really going to tie the whole thing together. The same thing with this. What we're going to do is we're going to add a little bit more flavor to this and get a nice little crust going on with that too for about the last hour. And probably in this last hour, I'm probably not going to have this on film, but I'm going to go back and forth every 15 minutes, add a little bit more sauce, maybe a little bit more garlic to this one, maybe a little pepper, and just sort of create a nice little crusty crunch to this one over here. So this is that sauce that we had made over on the stove. You can see here's the garlic. And I remember there was that bone that fell off, and here's that bone. I actually stuck it in there. There's flavor in those. Believe it or not, there's flavor. So at this present time, you can see this is a lot thinner than your regular sauce that comes right out of a bottle. And this is how I like it. If you put the real thick stuff on there, there's so much sugar and everything. It's just all it's going to do is burn and create, I won't say burn because you're not direct on over fire, but it creates this real sticky mess. From this way here, this penetrates the meat better, and it's just not as messy to eat either, and it comes out so much more nicer as far as texture, feel, mouth appeal, and you don't have this like jelly on top of your meat, and that's kind of what I don't want to get by making these ribs. I just want this to be sort of a crust of flavor. So I'm just going to paint those on there like that. All right. We'll flip them over. Do the same thing to the back. And you can see these are a little bit darker on the back, but that doesn't matter because nobody ever chews on the back of the bone anyway. I mean, you can suck on the back of the bone, but this dark part, not a problem. Make sure you get in between that flap right there. That's really nice. Get that on there. And then just sort of paint between the bones. You want that flavor to be all around that. So no matter where you take a bite, you're going to taste some nice, good flavor. Okay? So let's get that back on the other side. Let those things work. Let me finish this one more time. Like that. And now with these, a little more of this. Just a little bit, not too much. Remember this, there's no salt in this. It's just granulated garlic. Okay? And if you want, this present time, you could, if you had a little bit of like an Italian dressing in a bottle. This is a mister. This is like 1 calorie stuff. You can mist it and bring a little bit of moisture back onto the garlic ones. All right? Just a little bit. Like I said, this is just creating flavors. This one back over here, I've been using this throughout the cooking process. This is the apple cider. A little bit more on that. And this is just, like I said, it's just layering flavors. Okay, so let's continue on cooking these until they're done. And I will show you what the end product looks like. Thank you. Okay, so now it's been about 4 hours, give or take. Let's check our meat out. Oh yeah, look at this. Those look just great. There's another rack here. Just kind of take a look at this. So this works. You can put multiple racks if you're doing a lot of ribs. How this works. It sort of slides into here. You can get multiple rags in here. But we didn't have that many racks, so today I just put that up on top. Ooh, that's hot. Okay, so let's start out with this one. Close this back up, keep it warm. And let's give this a shot. Check this one out. Now I know a lot of people look at these and start to cut in this way. And it's always like, you can see them always struggling. The best way to cut these is flip them over on the back. You can see the ribs perfectly. So let's just take a whack at this. Any particular place doesn't matter. And let's just go ahead and see what we got here. Oh yeah. And there you go. There's the beautiful red smoke ring. It shows that we didn't dry them out. Beautifully soft and still juicy. You can see the juices are starting to come out right here. That's right off the barbecue, as you can possibly see, right? And this is true barbecue. This is not grilling now. This is actually a true barbecue. So we saw that. Let me just cut it, make another cut in here to see that. This wasn't trick photography. You can see that just cuts beautifully. And there you go. There's your nice pink smoke ring. Comes around here, nice and juicy. As you can see right there, the juices are still flowing. It's beautiful. And you can see that the meat is pulled away from the bone. So you know these things are going to be just beautiful. Okay. So let's bring this over. This rack up. These are done perfectly. The smell is incredible. At this time too, you can actually coat the ribs a little bit and then wrap them in aluminum foil if you like and stick them back in the oven for 15 or 20 minutes at a low temperature, and actually you can get juicier if you want to do that. Otherwise you can just serve them right away. Okay, so let's take out the second rack. And these are our garlic ribs, and you can see there's no sauce. You can see how they pulled away from the bone here. Look at that. Still lots of moisture in there. Look at that. Nice. Look at that. Nice. Squeeze it. Look at the juices that come out of that. That's incredible. And there's no sauce in this. It's just garlic and a little bit of pepper. Remember, don't use too much pepper, and never use garlic salt. And let's just do the same thing with these. I like to flip them over. Easy to find where the bone is. There it is. Let's just do a cut in here. Boom. Another one in here. Boom. Oh my God, these things are incredible. And these are the ones that came out of the oven, if you remember right, for 2 hours. And you can see these things, the same thing. There's a nice smoke ring right around here. And look at the juice that just comes out of this. Just amazing. Look at that. Beautifully juicy. I mean, you saw me do it. I'll cut another one just to show you. Look at that. Just wants to come off the bone. That's how tender these are. Look at that. That's just beautiful. And this is what I'm talking about. It's a nice pink. This is what your bark is. Cameraman's looking for a bite. Cooper. Excellent.
Wow.
Those are excellent. So anyway, that's basically just your garlic ribs right here. And you've got your sauced ones right here. If there's any questions, just ask a question on YouTube, and I'll be more than willing to answer any questions that you have. There's a lot of things I might have left out, but you know, with barbecue, there's just so much I've learned and so much I could actually add to this. That's the 4-hour number right there, by the way. That I can just give you hours and hours of information. And if anybody's interested in getting in competition with me, let me know. I'd be more than happy to look to join up with somebody. So you have a good evening, and let's see you on the next video.